Seniac has bold plans. Now to wait 2 months for them to actually come in and then fix stuff. Most people's allergies, peanuts, pollen, etc. Seniac's allergies, highways and above ground tunnels. Seniac in 2022, building Corona Town in City Skylines. No fool needs a Supermax prison. 6 fish be killed, 5 oil trains. 4 countries fighting 3 billion cash money moolah, 2 vegans, and 1 fool drinking tea. Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Fool's Kingdom here in City Skylines, where last episode, guys, we did some more expansions, some crazy expansions, but in a brand new area or entry point into Oil Town, which has kind of made the traffic go a little bit crazy. We solved some issues, we fixed some issues, we created more issues. Guys, if this is your idea of fun, watching your boy have a slow and slight mental breakdown as he plays City Skylines, then this is the challenge for you, the series for you, the channel for you, one of them. I can't even think right now. I can't even English. But guys, welcome back to another episode. If you are enjoying the Fool's Kingdom, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when the next episode does come out. Now, boys, last episode we did some good stuff. We took a look at deciphering and kind of changing some of the shipping routes. Now, some of the shipping lanes come in and go back out. Because some kingdoms, right, and I don't know why we didn't think of this in the beginning. I like the idea of it, that we've kind of deleted some, and like, you know, I'll show you exactly what I've done a little bit later. Some kingdoms can't get connected to other kingdoms via shipping routes because, in the grand scheme of things, they haven't struck up a trade deal just yet. Which kind of helped us solve some of the traffic issues that we were having overloaded, like in places like Fishtown. It's enabled us to create in some more brand new shipping routes that come in and go this way. Now, technically right now, Fishtown and Veganville can't trade with Oil Town via ships. But they can if they choose to ship it to Fool's Kingdom. Fool's Kingdom gets a little bit of that cash money moolah for import and export tax. And then takes it over by one here, via trains over here, and then ships it over there. So we can transfer the goods, which is pretty cool. It's pretty sweet. I like it. Since last episode, I've kind of created this now double system. So before, we had this cargo harbour in here with the 1 train line. It came all the way through, dropped off to do these 2. I've now deleted the connection just here, just for now until we kind of sort things out. Because when I loaded the game up, I realised the trains were completely clogged. So what I've done is I've set it up where these 2 are no longer connected. So if you're using these import cargo train, what are they called? Cargo train terminal things? I can't remember what they're called. They now go directly in and out to this shipping section. Same with these 2 to this one. And then what I've done is I made this outer one be the direct route which connects over to there. So if you're only transferring goods from, let's say, one shipping line to the other, you can do that by only using the outer cargo hubs. Now, if you're shipping goods directly in or out of Fool's Kingdom, not, you know, transferring lines, then we have, on both lines, a hub, which brings us to the industrial area. So that's one way how we can decipher between the local cargo for Fool's Kingdom and the cargo just transferring, using Fool's Kingdom as like a little bit of a placeholder to get by. And it allows us then to split the train lines, not have so much congestion on, and everything's rocking and rolling so much freaking easier right now. It's really good. How long this will hold up, I don't know. I don't really know what the current demands are on this. And again, the whole reason we're having all these issues is because we've got the despawn mode turned off. And I'm going to keep it turned off for quite some time because it gives your boy a chance to kind of get to the heart of these beaten issues. Now today, while we are going to be looking at fixing some of the issues that we have had occurred recently and do some fixes and try and change things, at the end of the day, we're not going to have a fully fledged working system until the majority of all the kingdoms are either connected via road, which not all of them are going to be, but we have more outside connections for other sides of the map. For example, like we have a lot of traffic over here in Oil Town because they can bring the goods in, get it onto the ship, take it to Fool's Kingdom, transfer it over. But until we have, let's say, an outside connection over the other side of the map that brings in goods this way, then that side's going to be overloaded. It is what it is. That's just kind of how the game works. So we're going to keep on expanding. So today then I'm actually going to take a look all the way back at Veganville. I want to do some nice little expansions for Veganville. I want to try and kind of get some more people living here. You know, finish out the peninsulas quite nice and get all the way down here. Maybe have some like kind of beachfront properties and whatnot. Just kind of really spice things up and just get more people working here. So then we can eventually go on to expand Karen's crops. Now, we do have quite a few workers here at the moment, but look at it. There's a big chunk of people unemployed here. So I'm hoping we can get some localized workers to keep us pretty much going. So before we kind of get this undergoing and do some beautiful expansion of that, I'm thinking about also, let me go back over here, using the big lake at the top here by creating like a little nature reserve. I think the vegans will love that. They love nature. So before we do all that and then jump into it, I'm going to drop a couple of roundabouts on Oil Town right now and change how they interact and how they approach this cargo hub here. So once you add those fixes in, we'll go sort out Karen's crops and Vegansville, and we'll come back and see what's happened. Now, what I'm about to implement is not going to fix all this traffic. This is just from the repercussions of us having this connection so close over here, and there being no other outside connections on the opposite side of the map. So I just want to change it because it's interfering with my local traffic, just the normal traffic coming to and from the industrial area. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pause it. Now, we don't need this harbour anymore. Only 8 people used it, but the main reason we don't need it anymore because we've got that outside connection. So I'm actually going to get rid of it. Delete that, right? And we're going to delete you and delete you. Which means, now I'm having to think about this very, very hard right now. I'm going to get rid of this road altogether. Okay, maybe not all together because we kind of need a little bit more sticking out. Hold on. Okay, maybe I'll just bring it to there and end it there. And then the entry of the town then becomes up here. But you're probably thinking, but Sediak, look at all this traffic. Well, I'm going to fix that right now. We're going to change how this road bends down. And like what we've done in areas like this, how we have like a proper in and out route, that's what this area needs. Where am I going? I'm over here. That's not to say it's going to fix all the traffic. It's just going to ease the traffic that does enter this area. Move it away from over here so we can, like, you know, fully get in and out of this area so much more easier. It's going to be beautiful. So, let's delete this. And do I delete the train, or do you reckon because it's elevated we'll get away with it? Maybe. So I'm going to stick the roundabout here, by the way. That's what I'm going to do. So keep that, delete that bit there so it comes pretty much straight into this section. And we'll bring it right, oh damn, we got a little bit of a node there, don't we? So if I bring that down to here, push it both directions, don't worry too much about how that's now looking. But if I bring this to here, and then, where does that come down to? About there. It's a bit funky because of how this all kind of works right now. But if I do a 16... Right, what I'm going to do real quickly right now, we'll redo the train track. That's completely fine. There's no issues in me doing this. And I just want to... Oh, it's 17. Okay. So 17 by 17. I just want to sort out the bend just here. Because that is now... Oh, why am I so low? This is how it's going to... be configured to the whole place, so that's is going to go there. Bring up the roundabout mod real quick. I know it's all kind of all over the place right now. Change that to 60, and we're going to go for that 2-lane highway. Bam, there we go. I might flip that over to that side, or I might push it down a bit more. Let's just push this down a little bit more. Right to the corner, so it's just slightly away from the roundabout. There we go. So we still need to make this double back on itself and come back down. We'll kind of sort that out in just a moment. So, alright, this is going to be sweet. So what I'll do now is, for the main roads, get away from that 90-degree angle kind of system. Alright, delete them back a bit. And I know we've got this kind of road going on here. So if I just upgrade it all first to this style, the singular national road. Now that is an 11 there, so if I do it by 5, so we're 6 away. 13 there, so if I do it by 7, and then we're 6 away. That is 14 there. So if I do it by 8, and then we're 6 away. Just so then we can implement our little bit of a slip road here. So it gets a little bit easier for them to approach the roundabout. Now, I'm enjoying creating these roundabouts individually like this. I really am. So what I'm going to do right now is actually delete this one more time. And again, to the national roads. So if I come out by 6, which is there. So 6 that way. And then if I go to here, 7. Oh, hold on. That's an 8. That's a 6. Oh, I need to go there. Is that... Oh, there we go. 7. Wow, they're really going to throw me off like that. Right, where's that bend by 7? That's a 6. That's a 6. That's an 8. Oh, this is so annoying. Right, if I just go to there for now. And I'm going to have to do a 6 by 6, aren't I? 6 by 6, just like that. It's weird how it's so flat. Like, why are you so minus, game? But it allows me then from here to do this just there. So this one's slightly bigger than all the others, but that's okay. All right, there we go. So everyone's got a nice little kind of connection to the roundabout. We created a beautiful little star right now, which should enable us to have them approach, navigate, and go through the roundabout with a little bit more ease. Now, it's not going to be that easy. And what I'm going to try and do right now is use the singular road just here. And we're going to have to use the touch it mod. So let me get rid of that real quick on this roundabout. Bam, bam, bam. You are now gone. And is that going the right way? There we go, to that way. And if I upgrade it to there, and then using that same road, so that is a full 10. So if I go by 5 and then in, hopefully we can kind of sort something out. Actually, not doing that because I realise I've got to create a little bit of a bend, don't I? So if I do a... Yeah, let's go for a 6 by 6. A 6 by 6. And to there, it's a 39. So if I go to 20 here, and that's when we'll then start to think about or look at doing this. So if I went... Let's say to there, but I delete that bit. I'll sort all the kind of the angles out in just a moment. A 7 by a 7. Right, we'll roll with that. So flip that round. Now becomes a nice little singular lane, one-way system, in and straight back out. No issues, no worries, no dramas. It is what it is. So if I can now sort out this system here. So if I select that point there, and I select all these little nodes going down, so hopefully we can create a nicer slope than what it's kind of generated for us already. Oh, it makes it go a lot lower. Do you know what? That could actually be a good little kind of thing, really, couldn't it? Because I could up the brush size here and select it to there, and then just smoothing all this off. So it's like when you get to this area, that's how it plays out. And I know that goes back up. So what I could do, selecting all this as well. Oh, can I not get that node there? I suppose that one doesn't really matter. If I... it's not slope it, wrong button. Align it to the object height of that. So that's all the same size. It creates that quite sharp edge. Which we could like put like, you know, cool stuff there. I got like crates and stuff and like docking stuff that looks really, really cool. And then just slightly smoothing that off. So we're creating quite a defined area, which I actually quite like. Smoothing it off so it's not so harsh. And then you're kind of looking down as you drive past on the highway. I like that. I like the idea of that. That we're on different levels. Okay, let's roll with that then. Let's roll with that. So that's the bare minimum done for the roadside anyway. Apart from setting up the roundabout, you know, I'll do that really quickly now. Then we'll sort out the train line. So leading on, you can't fly on 1,000,000 miles an hour. Also, leading on, you got to give way to vehicles already on the roundabout. Like I said, I like to do it manually. I know you can kind of quick short route it all and kind of there's like a shortcut to kind of like pre-make it all. But I just kind of like doing it that way. I don't know why. Give me another 6 months and then I might go, you know what? I'm fed up of doing it. I can't do it no more. I gotta do them automatically. Right, 20 going straight across. So bring in that to say 25 there. 11 by 11. There we go. And that doesn't look too bad as a train line, and we're pretty much back to normal. So like I said before, it's not going to be the be-all, end-all, going to solve all my issues for Oiltown and its cargo issues. That's not the reason for this. It's solely just to make things a little bit easier, because when the traffic does die down eventually, when I got all my other routes set up, this just becomes so much more easier for them to navigate the area. Also, hopefully keeps the traffic a little bit free around this junction, so people who want to get to work can kind of bypass this whole traffic mess and just solely go straight up to there. So just got to sort out my lane management, because a few of these guys are going to obviously turn back in. We don't want them to do that. So they know they got to go straight back out. So there'll be a little bit of confusion to begin with, because all these people on this road right now were originally parked up here to go in. So they'll end up going around the roundabout and coming back in. So we'll give that some... What's going on here? Oh, we had a bus stop here, didn't we? Yeah. So I suppose you don't really need that anymore. The bus stop was solely there to get people from the... Alright, if I delete the bus stop right there. It was to solely pick up people from the harbour that we originally had in there. So that'll reroute them buses then. So I'll give this a while then. Again, it's not going to be the be-all, end-all. It just kind of keeps the roundabout slightly free-ish for some certain routes. And it'll take a while before things get rocking and rolling anyway. And there's a little bit of water. So it just becomes a better system for the cargo area. And I'll give it some time for that traffic now to kind of push through and pass through. Should be pretty sweet. So you gotta wait for that to come back through, and then all the normal vehicles coming through. Right, sweet. Vegans! Here we go. It's your turn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm first going to get this road going around all the edge, because it drops off so sharp there. I want to create well, not natural, but like that border. So if and again, I want to keep it all to the same, well, not the same level. It's never really going to be the same level, but kind of creating that border in many ways. Run that round to there. So I'm trying to also follow the curvature of the area. There we go. So how does that look in general? It's such a big drop, but eventually we could reclaim some land and create some beaches on that big drop, and that would look so nice as it becomes like a nice little coastal drive. Up the brush size slightly, as we're now going to smooth all of this off. Up it again. There we go. So I'm just trying to now get rid of the sheer drop from the land itself to the, to the road. So I'm going to get rid of a lot of, would it go quick with a pause? Not really. No, not really. It all depends on where you kind of smoothing it from. So I just keep going on the edges right now. Keep pushing it as much as I can. But there's only so much you're going to be able to do, because you are following the land. And then that doesn't become so sharp at that point. And then we're able to connect some roads to and from. So where that road comes all the way down and goes down to there, I don't know whether to kind of make this road here also follow suit. And go directly down to there. And it kind of it's kind of, yeah, I feel like we need to, because it kind of makes it the end of that road. Like, that's the end of that road, if that makes sense. And then we'll do the roads that kind of do pass all the way through. So if I had that road go straight down, this road here. So very straight roads. Trying to keep in check with the grid that we do have set up. But also, you know,
the roads that do bend round and through make it a little bit more obscure. So we got those roads that are quite solid. Let's see what we can kind of get out of these. So that road in its entirety is about 49, almost 50. Almost 50. So a 10 mark would be around about here. But you got to remember, we are going on a slight awkward situation. Now, we shouldn't really have too much traffic over in this area. So having so many connections like this shouldn't be too much of a big issue. But you've always got to be kind of paying attention to how many connections we are creating. So I think, oh, that's gone weird already. So I think I'd rather have this one than this one on both sides. And then we'll bring that up to there. Bring that up to there. And then we do that one by 5. So we're kind of creating like these little neighborhood style cul-de-sacs. We'll have that cut across just there. Do the same just here. So we'll do it by 5. A 5 there in this middle one. We'll do a 5. So it becomes like a... Just think of the nice residential area where hopefully they're all going to have like a nice little view. As the land slowly drops off, they'll have a nice little view of the sea. Which I think will be pretty cool. And so that's all kind of zoned for water already. I'll do this little section just there. And we'll first take a look at squeezing in the commercial on this strip, because I always do it on the 4-lane roads. And we'll do a nice little kind of bit of shopping area. Do you know, oh, I'll also do it down here too. The shopping opposite the waterfront. That'll be kind of nice. And then the rest of this is going to be all low density. There we go, there we go, there we go. And where's the nearest school? So they could really, really benefit from a nice little school, which I'll throw in just here. High school wise, they got one nearby anyway. We do need a lot more. So I think not in that area, but over here. Medical wise, could do another little medical clinic, which I'm trying to give space for the road. Fire, we'll place just there again. Plenty of space for the road just here. And then policing. Well, the policing coverage is semi-okay. We could do with an additional one. Which I'll put this on the inside just there. All little good stuff there to grow that little area. I was going to do the whole little section, but I feel like that will just kind of... I don't feel like I got the demands just yet for all of that. I really don't feel like I've got the demands, but I can kind of start it. And hopefully it will cause more people going through Sophie Webb Park, which will bring more people over and through it, and then more money coming in, which will be a good little sign. So, yeah. I think I want to look at now the National Nature Reserve just here. So how is Oil Town doing? Like I said, it's not going to solve any of its problems. But I just want to make sure that all the vehicles are doing what they need to do. Maybe up the speed limit on this road will be a good little idea. So currently it's on at 30. It's coming off a 90-mile-an-hour road. Not to say that this should be 90 mile an hour, but I'm going to set it to 90 mile an hour. Just get the vehicles pushing through, because the quicker we can get them through, the quicker we can get them out. And it's freed up all of this road right now for allowing people to turn in, which is exactly what we needed. It was exactly what we needed. Like I said, it's not going to solve the issues, and in fact, it's kind of made it a lot worse because we now have a uniform system. You can only go in by one way, whereas before they had this way they could have come in, and they also could have come in this way, so we kind of split the traffic a little bit more. So now we've got this uniform kind of system. It is what it is. Honestly, it is what it is at this point. You've got to, you know, take your time. Trains are coming in. But like I said, this won't get fixed until we have those additional setups in other areas. It's just how it works, unfortunately. It's just how the game... It's the game's logic. It's the game's logic. How are the train line doing over here? So the train line's holding up pretty well. I'm not seeing any backlogs, any backup, so we're switching pretty nice. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. This transport island right now takes a beating because the amount of vehicles that have got to come through. There comes to a point where I start thinking to myself... Are the toll booths hindering us too much? Like, making over 500 big ones. a week, but do they hinder us too much as we wait for vehicles to pass through? This region has the toll booth automated toll thing gone, but it still hinders us, doesn't it? Let me know what you guys think, guys. Should I get rid of them or should I keep the toll booths? It's an interesting one. It really is. I'm just kind of scouting around right now, looking how things are doing. I can't wait until we can build this area up a bit more, until we can get this highway to eventually, you know, turn around and then go underneath here and have some more stuff set up and built up on here, where that airport becomes a lot more functional. I can't wait for that you know, that time to to get to us. So they're all going in very, very slowly right now. They're all getting there. Just takes time. Honestly, it just takes time. You see, one in, one out. One in, one out. So you get rid of one vehicle, but they give you another one with imports. It's just how it works. But it could be a lot worse anyway. It definitely could be a lot worse. Right, okay. Nature reserve is what I want to get set up. So this area is now slowly being built up. Looking pretty good. I'll bring a lot more residents over here. And we're probably going to create a lot more tourism right now for Veganville. Now we've got to think of a way in which we can bring a road up to this area. So off of all these roundabouts, which I eventually do need to sort out these roundabouts, so they're not 90-degree turns on and off them. Out of all the ones we've got right now, I think I'm going to have to utilize this one the most, because that one's too dedicated for that area. And then kind of create a little system wiggling all the way up. So if I, with the terrain tool right now, bring down the brush size and just kind of bulk this out a little bit, and I've got a good reason. Hold up. Smooth that off. And let me pause. Delete these. Smooth this off a little bit, just so I can bulk it out. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm hopefully going to create a little bit of a windy road going all the way up. So if I use, say here, stick it out by 10, which is there. And what we're going to do, we're going to kind of bend round. Now I'm going to do it quite, not too long. But long enough that we should be able to get something beneficial from this. And if I just kind of now just go down to a straight here, so you kind of get the gist of it. This will be the entry point into the nature reserve. It's going to be cool. I like it. I like it. So let me select all these nodes. There we go. Going along all this right now. And I'm hoping if I use the slope tool, it's going to perfectly slope it. Then we'll terrain the rest of the road to get in where I need it to go. I'll bring that to there and then that to there. Please work. Please work. Please work. It did not work. It did not work. It did not work. Let me undo. And I think I should maybe do it in stages is probably the better option. So if I selected here and then go back to, let's say, about there. Oh, snap. Hold on, let me select you. It's not because I didn't have that selected, is it? No. There's too much going on, isn't there? So I'm going to have to kind of manually do it, which is not a problem. It just kind of gets away from everything that I've done. What if I did it this way? Let me not select trees. And then slope that. It doesn't work the way you think it works, which is kind of annoying. Line up objects. Oh, no, undo. To terrain height. No. Yeah, it never really works the way you want it to. It just never does. But if I... First, though, because obviously I need to make sure that we are selected on certain heights, because we need to be gradually getting higher, not getting lower like we're doing on this side. So if I get to that point there and then align all of that to the object height of that. Okay, and then let me see if I can get away with doing just this as a slope. Yeah, we do on that. So we are gradually getting higher, not lower. And while we do get slightly lower here, bring that up. Because again, we are creating these little cliff edges. So we'll go with that. Took a while to get there, but we got there in the end. And if I just kind of smooth enough around this section. I don't want it to look too smooth. Because I want that, the sheer gasp of, oh my goodness me, we're driving up that. And that's kind of what I want. So it is kind of cool. I like this. You're driving around and you're coming, whoa, back up again. I like that. I like the idea of it as that being our entrance point. It's nice. That looks very, very sharp here. I'm going to bring this slightly out. I'll redo this section because it's not fitting the vibe. No idea why we're on the ground. No idea whatsoever. But I'm hoping this now slopes beautifully. Of course it don't. Of course it don't, boys. But I roll with that. That's as good enough as it's ever going to be. Apart from a little smoothing on the outskirts here. But again, delete these power lines. I'll reposition them just so I can kind of take the edge off slightly. Good, good, good. It's going to be a nice little feature to the Veganville. So let's sort this power out real quick. I'm going to bring it straight down to there. Which then does mean I can get rid of these power lines just here. And I'm going to sort out a little bit of a car park just up here right now. So the road's to there. We'll then bring this road in. I'll say, yeah, by 15. By 15. So then we can have our main gated entrance for our nature reserve just there. But then on this side, we're creating a little bit of a car park. So I've got to be a little bit careful how far I stick it down. So I go by 6 and across and then in. And then by 6 and across, then in. Bulk it up with bam, bam, bam. But try and get this whole little area here at the same level as that one. So again, we're creating these clear, well, these sheer cliff edges, which I like. It just kind of gives you that kind of feel like, oh my goodness me, we're going higher and higher and higher right now, aren't we? We really are. So throw all that in. And that's good for me. Get the car parking bits and bobs now in. So bam. Ba-bam. Ba-bam. And that fits in wonderfully just here. More car parking spots. I wonder if people will come from far and wide. So come visit this trail that we're now creating. So, park area. Where is it? Paint park area. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger there, so I can then do the whole thing going around the center. This is literally how it's going to spread around. There we go. Nice. And then I can put it back into play mode now, can't I? Yeah. So we're now going to first take a look at doing the path. We'll do the one with the whatchamacallit, with the lights in it. And I think what I'll do is I'll do a ring going around the waterfront. Because we can kind of do stuff with that. And it just adds that little bit extra appeal. Alright, keep this going round. Getting close in some areas and not so close in other. There we go. So that rings around it, which is pretty cool. And then smoothing it. Like always, go around the whole little section. Hopefully I don't cause any flooding by doing this. Which I'm probably going to. I always cause flooding. But that's the path around the lake, because you can add stuff to it, the little kind of fishing piers and viewing pier things. That kind of connect us to it all. Oh my goodness me, we're going to cause flooding. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just got to wait for the water to settle. We'll fast forward a little bit. Guys, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. At least the crops are going to get watered. Oh no, Seniac, what have you done, you fool? What have you done? But if I can select all the path anyway. Okay, maybe not like that. To there. That's all the paths selected, right? Yeah. And we are going to align it to the height of, let's say, here. So it creates the little bit of a bumper. I'm going around most of it. So we know 100% the water's not going to flow out. I'm so sorry, Carrots Crops, but it's natural water that you'll enjoy. It's natural water. And then for the water source inside, I can make it go a little bit higher up. Because again, we got the edge that we can kind of push it towards and to. So, little path just there. Bringing this to it. There we go. And then we can do, as time goes on, little bits that stick out. And then create little camping areas. And maybe kind of other places that they can walk into as an entrance point. Does it need power? I'm not sure if it does or not. I can't remember if that nature reserve entrance needed power. But this little bit here that's kind of empty will eventually get filled up as more and more water kind of enters the area. But for now, we're just going to place in the little kind of viewing decks that kind of go over the water slightly. So one just there, it's beautiful. One just there. And then we do have the fishing ones as well, which I'll get into. But let me just dot a couple of these around. There we go. There we go. And then we have the fishing cabin 1 and fishing cabin 2. So get a few of these down right now. Because this is what people are going to be coming here for mainly, is the fishing. Even though they're vegans, they always put the fish back, guys. They always put the fish back. No fish were harmed in the making of this fishing lake. So, I think I might just keep it to that for now. And then we'll kind of keep adding stuff to it as time goes on. Because we've got to wait for the lake to kind of settle down. I know we're flooding slightly here, but I'm just waiting for it to all settle down and kind of finish up quite nicely. So guys, if you want to give us some name suggestions for what we could potentially call this nature reserve in the cow and crops area, that would be greatly appreciated. What? And there's now people making their way up and over here. So we've had no visitors just yet. This is going to be our first visitor. Mary Chapman, the first visitor. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Even though there's men already sitting here fishing on the dock. It's pretty hilarious, isn't it? I like it. I like it a lot. So, cool little things. Now gonna kind of continue as we tick along. That lake is now being filled to the brim, and I think I might, as time goes on, like I said, do little paths that kind of come off in certain areas where we can create little camping stuff. The water will eventually settle once it's all kind of filled up right now, which is all good. Trains over here transporting and connecting through, no biggie, no issue. A bit of traffic here as they all come and go round, either turning left or going to the right. So we could do small little improvements here, like creating a little double road. So if I upgrade this to there, so they're split into 2 lanes. So if they're going right, they're going to automatically go into the right-hand lane. If they're going to the left, they're going to go into the left-hand lane, which obviously pushes more traffic through. Granted, it does throw more traffic onto the island, but it's all set up, you know, they give way and whatnot. It just pushes more traffic through and allows the people that are turning right not to have to wait for the people that are turning left so much. So, but again, we do have quite a bit of demand. So it is what it is. And there'll be moments where it's backlogged like this, and there'll be moments where it's clear and they'll all flow through quite nice. So it's just one of those things. But at least we can get a few more vehicles through, more than we could do once before. But then the same argument could be made for this. If you're wanting to do a right-hand turn, but you're stuck with the vehicles who are going straight on or going to the left. And really, you can make the argument for all of this. So I'll kind of like upgrade all of them little sections there, them bits of road. So a few more vehicles can make their way through. It's cleared that a little bit, hasn't it, really? It really has. But there's just so much demand. It is what it is. It is what it is at the end of the day. So, a little bit of backlog here right now. But again, it does clear. It's not an issue. It does clear. They just wait their time. So, Oil Town, how you doing, boys? You doing good? Oh, they're stopping and starting here. I never realised that was going to be a problem. There we go. So that pushes the vehicles through a bit quicker. And again, I can't wait till we got other entrance points in this area, where we can then get rid of this backlog that we do have. But it'll eventually happen. We'll eventually get it. We'll eventually get there, but it's not a big issue. It's not because of anything that we've done. It's just the game. It's how the game works. It's how the game works at times. It can be beautiful, but it also can be annoying. Very annoying. Damn fools. I'm about to say, where's that road going? I realise it pops up over here. But yeah, we got a lot of vehicles coming out of these storage areas right now. So I think we now progressed from transporting the goods to now selling a lot of the goods that's stored over here. I might have to move this because I think it's too close to this roundabout and it kind of throws off everything. Maybe move it down to here. Or there when I eventually move this over here. I don't know whether I'm ever going to do that. I'm just too foolish. Too foolish. So lots of people are making their way over right now. I'm going to turn the ability to park their car here. So it pushes it all into the car park, which is pretty nice. And so far already, we are now officially making profit. We've had 123 visitors already, which is pretty cool. They're going to really view stuff and, you know, do a little bit of fishing, but it's a nice walk around the lake. If you're trying to get your 10,000 steps in for the day, that is the place to be right now. That is the place to be. So guys, there's a lot of death happening right now. We're going to have to take a look at the death care, also the elder care and the child care at some point. That's really going to help us, kind of give us a better chance with everyone dying right now. But we made some good progress. Some good stuff has happened today. It's all leading on to big things happening in the future. I know there's still lots of issues lying around now between the kingdoms. Still lots of issues here, there, and everywhere. But we'll eventually get there. Now we're getting some huge backlogs over here. Why has this always suddenly become such a big issue? Do we have the giveaway sign set up correctly? Let me delete that and start again. Oh, I can't even select it. Yeah, giveaway there. Were they set up here? Yeah, they were given away there. I don't know why that's so closely connected. I think it's because of how awkward it currently is. But they're all pushing through, but then they get caught up straight away. These guys are getting the brunt of this roundabout, aren't they? Now, where are you exactly going? Oh, you're going around to the right. Okay. So there's got to be a method, a system that will allow us to kind of make that right turn a whole lot easier. Are they all going to the right? Not all of them. Oh, didn't mean to press you. But a fair few of them. So we'll think about ways in which we can improve this little bit of a system right now. Ways in which we can enable the traffic to take that not right-hand turn, sorry, it's a left-hand turn. Take that little bit of a left-hand turn a whole lot easier, whether it's another underpass or another overpass, whatever it may be, just to kind of get them off this, because obviously it's backing up our downtown section here. So by enabling it, it's going to make things a whole lot easier for us. So it's no big issue, just another thing that we have to solve for the greater good. And on that note, guys, we are going to end it for here. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good.